Um, but yeah, we can go ahead and move forward here. To just I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on the overall experience of Summer Games Fest. Now, technically, I do know that it's supposed to be all month long, but essentially, all the big events are out of the way. The only thing that people are expecting at this time is a speculated Nintendo direct coming in the next week or two that will be within the month of June potentially, but but it's still kind of its own separate thing. Um, like, yeah, where are you on Summer Games Fest? Like, how much of it did you consume? Was this like better for you? Do you kind of like miss like the traditional E3 format? Like, what are your thoughts?
All right, I missed the E3 one just because it was like more like I feel like it was more genuine. It's more people there. It's more like on not fan, but like people
Hey,
there
can you grab me a water?
connect type versus they just talking to a camera the whole time and like CGI and green screen animation. But the Summer Games Fest, I just watched it for the big reveal. I haven't watched any more of it really. So any of the I read like what was mostly coming out. I kind of forgot, but I could pull it up. But I read what else was coming out, and nothing else like really caught my eye. I'm sure gonna play like other stuff. I'm sure they gonna like fix some things around and change it around and add add some stuff here and there. But other than what was that June 9th when it came out? I just
Mm-hmm.
watched it that one time.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. Like, I think that in the absence of E3, I think that Summer Games Fest is doing what it should be doing. But I also feel like because Summer Games Fest is doing so well, though I feel like overall, like this year's was maybe like a C plus B minus range. I think that
Mhm.
last year's in some ways was a little better. Um, I do feel like it is creating an environment for a lot of these publishers and developers and everything in between to realize that there are cheaper ways to get your game on Main Street. Because I mean, when E3 comes around, these publishers are paying thousands upon thousands of dollars to rent out booths and spaces to put demos out there, and have they have to have people, paid people, proprietoring those demos, and everything in between. Versus this is like, all right, hey, let's get a camera guy, let's get a couple people out the office, let's record this and send it over to our editing team for them to get this together, and we're done. Um,
Mhm.
so I get the convenience, especially for the industry, why this format could work. But I really do miss the energy that E3 brought when it was like when all of the Titans were essentially in one building, and it was that thing of, oh my god, who's gonna win E3?
Yeah, who's gonna
Who?
have the best
Yeah,
reveal drop? Now they doing what was that PlayStation June 9th? Bethesda did theirs a couple of days after a week. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, exactly, and that was my thing. Like beforehand, like E3 in its prime, you would get Nintendo, PlayStation, EA, Xbox, and like Ubisoft and Bethesda. They would be like, all right,
Mhm.
hey, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we lining up. We all gonna go. We gonna have this pissing contest. Let's see whose stream is gonna last the longest and shoot out the furthest. And it made for really good entertainment, and it really gave off vibes of like, and I don't mean to disrespect the NBA finals, but the NBA finals are played over up to 7 games. But with the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl is it. Like, there's that one game. We're going to figure out who the champion is, and we are going to celebrate. We're going to have a cool halftime show, and we're going to have funny commercials. Boom. Like, that's what E3 used to be. It was like that one focus weekend where everything crazy would come out, and then through the week you would get some smaller stragglers and other things that you might be interested in, but we were all there for E3 weekend. Um
Mhm.
and like I said, this format is cool. I like the fact that if you are maybe a guy that, like, for instance, for me, I was out of town on vacation with my family for that weekend, so everything was sprinkled out. I was able to catch a little bit more than I would have if it was just E3 weekend and I was gone. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like I said, I really, really miss the ability to just say, hey, I'm off this weekend. I'm sitting at home. The friends are coming over. We're going to get some popcorn, and we're going to see what big games are going to be out here in the next year or two. But all in all, I think it was a fair show. I think Jeff Keighley has something special on his hands. And I also see that E3 made an announcement saying that they will be back next year. So I'm curious to see where that fits in. And and how that will reflect the industry moving forward, if it will at all, in that, if, for that matter. Um, but you have any last thoughts on E3, on Summer Game Fest, where you would like things to go potentially?
I'm just if they coming back next year, I'm excited for that because I want to. I feel like some people might stay away, but I feel like it's gonna be more people that go. Some people might have masks on, but I feel like it's gonna be more people that go because I feel like a bunch of people miss E3. Like
Yeah,
the digital world is awesome. Like working from home, digital world is awesome, but sometimes like just actually being there is like
yeah,
fun. Like imagine if they had Disney World digital, like
yeah.
you just take a virtual walk through Disneyland and meet everybody and talk to them. Like, no. And you decide if you want to be like, like how you said you have to say you're looking for scrap metal. Y'all took a virtual walk through the planet and it was like, oh, I'm looking for a lightsaber, but you made choices versus you
Right.
actually being there and getting heckled and pushed around. It's like, it's just sometimes there's
Yeah.
something different about being actually there.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like I know, like when me and my wife got together, when E3 was still fairly healthy, like I always talk to her, like, man, I really want to go to an E3 just one time, one time, one time. And it's so different now. It's struggling to stay alive, and there's like these weird, like cyber events that they're trying to do. Like my first like physical E3 can't be a cyber E3. I guess
Yeah.
technically it wouldn't be my first physical E3, but like you get what I'm saying though. Like it's just like a completely different vibe. Like it's like going to a baseball game, football game versus watching it on TV. Like watch it on TV is nice and you get commentators and commercials and so on and so forth, but you're
You don't gotta
missing
deal with that in person.
yeah, but you're missing out on the energy of being there and feeling the crowd rumble. Like you feel the crowd's explosion rumbling under your feet, and that speaks for something.
Hmm.
So I think even if E3 does go away forever, I really hope that Summer Games Fest does find a way to create a open live event for fans to attend that in some way is a spiritual successor to like the heydays of E3. But who knows? Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. I don't know.